everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers continue to move through the season and want to find a way to secure win number 3 on the year. It's the Cardinals going up against the 49ers. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Larry, we are down the peninsula from San Francisco as you get a look inside modern Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, it's Palmer surveying the field. Caught by Nelson left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Let's look at this offense now, and let's talk about John Brown.
An exciting young talent from Pittsburgh State, home of the Gorillas. Hard to cover. Great moves in short areas.
Throwing is Palmer. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Well, they only had a yard to go. They tried to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. First carry for Carlos Hyde. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here's the headshots for the offense, and Carlos Hyde, a talented back.
Has taken over as the lead runner. A terrific talent. Can batter you inside, but has more speed than what you expect to take it the distance.
And ready now for 2nd and 9.
Look at 56.
They run it again with Hyde. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Jarvis Jones that time in on the stop. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Patrick Peterson is almost an anomaly at cornerback. A big, thick, physical guy who can run with any receiver in the league.
And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. Back to throw. And he finds McDonald. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Here we go. Green, 30.
First down, a run with Hyde. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Carlos Hyde's such a physical, tough runner. People are talking about him changing his style. I don't think he should change a thing, and I know he wants to add catching the ball to his arsenal as well.
One thing's for sure, he said in the offseason he told us he's happy to be in a Chip Kelly offense, isn't he?
No doubt about it.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On the left side, it's McDonald. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And back to the ground, high. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Blue line it.
An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He'll return it from the 6. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Let's go, let's go. Blue, mirror.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd down, Palmer. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, there's the first time in this game that Carson Palmer finds Larry Fitzgerald Likely won't be the last, but how about the way these two have helped each other's careers?
Yeah, they really have. It's hard to believe with Fitzgerald, but really both of these guys, how long they've been in the league now. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
When DeForest Buckner was at Oregon, for much of his career, the opposite defensive end from him was Eric Armstead. And everyone wondered about these 6'7" guys. Could they get the leverage? Could they get low enough to make plays in the run game? I think the question just got answered with that one. DeForest Buckner knows how to bend and shed blockers and get upfield.
Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, but they face a second and long to start things out. Play action with Palmer. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit there. Able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman, because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Here's Palmer. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. He's had it ever since he entered campus there and still has it today.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now it's Palmer. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's second down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
And Dawson's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So they get the field goal, but partner, that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
They'll come out throwing here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The rookie out of Ole Miss, Robert Nkemdiche, coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Now let's go.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And his first carry, he loses the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll come out in the pistol.
Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
This is brought in at the 21. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here we go. Blue 58.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for an Arizona first down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Let's go. Let's go.
On first down, it's Palmer. Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Mike 51. Mike 51.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught out left side by Robinson. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Let's go. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. One of the newer Cardinals picked up from New England, Chandler Jones. In there to bury him for a loss of 11. Remain here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And oh, it's blocked. The Cardinals pick it up. Look at the big man rumble. But he is finally run down. Would have been 2 if he'd made it all the way, but instead, simply a missed extra point.
We have seen some exciting returns of blocked extra points. This one doesn't quite get into that level, but it had to be an anxious moment after it was blocked, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes they still forget on both sides when that block comes on a PAT that you can return it for 2. He got it across midfield there, just not close to the end zone.
Yeah, you noted that moment of hesitancy, didn't you? You know, it's blocked like, oh, yeah, that's right, it can be returned, and which means you have to get back and tackle him, too.
So after the interception, here's Palmer. And Gresham has it left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. He'll look to set up his blockers. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Third down now following the completed pass. Now back to throw. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he'll get... Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 23. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On first down, it's Palmer. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Palmer gives to Johnson on the draw. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure that just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Back to throw here. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. The 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Aldrick Robinson, 83 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Man open left side is Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. On second down, here's Palmer. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Get ready. Blue 95.
On 2nd down, Palmer. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Here's Hyde. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd down, Hyde. Down right around the 25. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Hyde, the lone man in the backfield.
Got 3. 3 down. Turn it up. Turn this thing up. Let's go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
3rd and 11, and some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. On 3rd down, Palmer finding time. And he's got Fitzgerald. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Jarvis Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
So 2nd and 10 here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 10 now, and it's Palmer. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. McDonald, the man in motion. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Out to the flat for Hyde. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now the fullback, Juszczyk. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Back to the ground. This time it's Hyde. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Back now here in Santa Clara. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
So much of his game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target, and it brings up fourth down.
Basketball, my coach has always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen. This defense,
I'm in the fourth quarter of the game.
And that's why they're able to react and knock the ball away. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it.
Yeah.
And this one winds up no good.
Here on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he lost the football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And some room to work. Past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On second down, here's Palmer. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will actually break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
On third down, Palmer. That is caught inside the 5. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Rolling to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks.
Like
it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He dumps it to Hyde, and they'll bring it down at the 27-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football.
I need my pick bad. I got 4 minutes left in this game.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It's the former Patriot Pro Bowler, Chandler Jones, in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
I scouted that nigga. Shit, I don't know.
So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third.
Couldn't tell you if I wanted to.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Deone Bucannon. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Did anybody take a quarterback yet?
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one.
Well, that's straight. What you mean? I could work with an 80 speed middle. That's fast to me, dude.
On the ground, this is Johnson. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
Good, solid, strong run that not only gets them a nice chunk of yardage, but takes the clock under 4 minutes. And now they're going to play situational football. How many timeouts does the opposition have left? How many runs do they need to call to make sure they bleed out those timeouts? But even more importantly, mentally right now, they hold the advantage. They probably have them at the verge of breaking. And what they want to do is finish them off.
Red zone opportunity. Shift together here from the D-line. They go to Johnson again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. 3rd down here. Defensive back in the game here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
4th down. Ball's at the 1-yard line. Do you go for it or do you go ahead and kick a field goal? I think because you're going to end up giving a long field even if you don't score, I put my trust in my defense. I go for it and try and get the points.
So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. It's incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And able to find
Garcon. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Pierre Garcon, his third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Throwing now, Palmer on first down. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
Palmer to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now it's Palmer. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Palmer. He's got time. He's going to go. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled, and while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense.
Single. All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And, they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's taken on the 25. And they're going to go soft on the corners. And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing now is Palmer. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
5 yards to gain here on third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Palmer now. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective side, now the 49ers going to take another timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. This from 55 yards out. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They run high. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Dude, this went to overtime.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And it's a fumble, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They run with Hyde. He's been the bell cow tonight. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Golden. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. Caught, right side, Gresham. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd down now after the pass completion. Play action. It's Palmer. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On third down, Palmer. Oh, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Gotta be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, it's Hyde. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain. 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. It's a quarterback sneak. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
They'll pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. First and goal from the 5. They'll run. Hyde. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
Second and goal to go now. They try again with Hyde. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
They come out here in the eye. Back to throw here. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this. All the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us.
Hey, don't skip my next pick though. These niggas idiots. They drafted 2 right tackles. Hey, but the first one was a superstar, so I ain't tripping.
Colts are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock.
I know exactly who you're both looking at, and I'm gonna draft him.
Are now on the clock.
Out.
The Panthers are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock.
He's 26 in true talent. I drafted him at 74. Quick development. 74 overall. That's a dub. Hey, but look, he went to Bethune-Cookman. Shout out to my nigga for booing Betsy DeVos.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. Falcons are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock.
Hey, and the nigga that I picked, bro, I didn't even scout that nigga at all. I just looked at the niggas like, oh, he looks good. Nigga was great.
Made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
Oh my God.
The IQ test is perhaps one of the most controversial tools used to measure a player's aptitude during the combine. Even so,
He got the smartest player in the draft.
That place significant value in the results.
That nigga said he had the highest aptitude test in the entire draft.
He found himself losing ground in several experts' mocks. Most GMs want to see a player score in the 20s, but history has shown us that several of the greats, like Marino,
Them niggas don't care how smart you are.
below this threshold. Scouts I've talked to have praised his football IQ, specifically his ability to learn the playbook,
But he can catch football.
opposition schemes.
Boy, about as smart as
These
a half
traits should
sack
serve
of
him well
nickels.
at the next level, though several players will still
Half
take
sack of
the
counterfeit
advantage
nickels.
due to the complex
But he
nature
shouldn't
of
afford
the
it.
NFL compared to college. Training camp and the preseason are going to be huge for him, and the results, be they positive or negative, will no doubt add fuel to the raging debate over the use of IQ test as a judge of player intelligence.
That's what I thought that was, huh? They don't work with the controller. They work for a little bit. Do you know this hoe's like $20, bro? This headset? Nigga Leangelo don't even hang out with them niggas, bro. Every time you see them niggas. Also.
All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
If you read Matt Miller's weekly
Swear.
draft stock report, you've seen this kid's name mentioned almost every week. He started the season relatively quiet, but each game he showed more and more of what scouts love to see. No doubt about it, this kid plays with heart and he plays tough. Watching him on the field, you can clearly see him go 100% and never waver. And on the sidelines, he looks like a natural leader firing up his teammates or keeping them composed when necessary. I can see why scouts like Matt Miller have fallen in love with him. The coach and players have to be excited to have him on the team now.
What does that mom do? I know the dad. You say, yeah, I just want to know how to get their money, son. I'm gonna have to run up on him, you know what I'm saying?
The Colts are now on the clock.
Yeah, Dexter.
The Lions are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock.
I remember seeing that nigga Lonzo fucking dogging niggas on World Block.
The Redskins are now on the clock.
It is definitely an act. It's great marketing.
The Rams are now on the clock.
Real shit.
The Panthers are now on the clock. The Giants.
Yeah, I got you, homie. Hold on.
Hey, what's your gate code?
It should be open now.
It's not open.
The left.
Look to the left.
No.
No?
The Redskins.
The thing is, they took the gate code away. You gotta put it through my
Tell
number.
her to press 9.
What's your number? Like your telephone number?
Oh shit, I forgot. You gotta call me through the box.
How do I call you?
Alright, pound, then 3866. I'm sorry. Yeah. They just set this shit up today.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock.
Hey, hold on a second. Is
The
it open?
Vikings are now on the clock.
What?
All the other fighters. Can I go with, maybe? We're gonna make it.
It'll open back up when she gets closer.
Yeah, it'll open up.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I'm just coming to the other side of the front room.
Alright, I'm in the middle of a game, so just like give me like 2.5 seconds. Like,
The Ravens are now on the
Yeah,
clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Damn, I wanted that baby. Good pick, Raven. She's a superstar. I didn't realize I traded away my first round pick. Well, isn't that lovely? I don't remember clearly, but I did. Don't know.
The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock.
Or your controls are different from mine, so let's look it up.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock.
Campbell took the nigga I was gonna take, bro. Fuck.
Bro, see him?
That nigga combine was off the fucking chart.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
The cornerback that E. Campbell just took. Damn.
The Colts are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock.
Speed, 90 acceleration, 90 jump, 92 agility. He's gonna play,
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
I'm still picking Buccaneers.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
No, the nigga hit full speed fast. Hey, bro, don't be talking about Jose like that, Bill. Talking. Nah, I'm still picking though, for real, for real. I'm pick 21, I think, in this round.
The Raiders are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
It's no surprise seeing him get drafted at this point, considering he was one of the hottest running backs.
I want this guy.
When's the last time he rushed for less than 100
Excellent
yards?
pick.
If you check, it was
Shamel
actually
Linton,
2
excellent
seasons
pick,
ago.
number 39 in true
Now,
talent. You drafted him at 149.
Guys, he's threat to take it to the house every time he touches the ball. And if he gets
Out of
by
the
that
University
first
of
tackle,
Texas.
watch out, because it's daylight from there on. As long as he can quickly adjust to the speed of the NFL, he has the potential to be a great back for this team.
Dykes is his last
Are
name?
now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock.
Bet that nigga's a dog talking, man. Damn, but that tight end is 74 overall, bro. He is a beast. Motherfucking 77 run block. 82 strength, 72 impact blocking.
Yeah. Yo, you wanna shoot by? Alright, yeah, no, I stay over off the 88, you know, Locust. I'll shoot you my address. Alright, man.
Oh man, I don't have a 7.
The Broncos are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
In what could be seen as a controversial pick, here's a player who's been followed by quite the reputation as a wild child during his years in college. Numerous social media outlets followed and shared his off-field collegiate exploits, submarining his draft stock. Even with his party boy perception, many of my sources told me that this was simply a case of boys will be boys, and not the foreshadowing of a larger issue. Look for this coaching staff to keep him extremely busy, hoping to avoid any unwanted publicity. This task may be easier said than done, especially given all the potential off-field distractions that come with being in the NFL. He has the potential to be his own worst enemy, and should he be unable to focus on the opportunity ahead of him, this pick could end up being one of the biggest busts of the draft.
Dishwasher. Fuck. Damn it.
The Jets are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock.
Man, my draft's over. finna
Are now on
go
the
to
clock.
the gym.
Are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock.